So, honestly, I think it's a sharp looking car. I would have preferred it in red, but it's freaking quick. So I think this thing's speed plus it being in red, I probably would start getting tickets again. And you know what? I don't really need that. So, yeah. A couple cool things. So this is the midline trim. They've got the, I might get this wrong, but they have the limited, which is the one that I got. Yeah. We've got the limited. And then they have what I think they call the premium, which is the base model. And then they've got the touring, which has got like a sunroof and all sorts of stuff. But with the mid and the high level comes one of my favorite things. Power tailgate. Look at that space. So much space. But yeah, powered up, powered down. I will say the clicker is, it doesn't go very far. So I hate that. I don't know if it's just mine, but both of the keys that I got, it, maybe 30 yards if I'm lucky. Maybe a little bit further if I hold it to my head and open my mouth. Yes, that trick does work. Oh, a cool little thing that I found. They said that you can't open this when the car is locked. Oh, which, by the way, check that out. So you can open this, but yeah, this little nubbin in there, when it's locked and it's charging, that little nubbin comes out so nobody can walk by and pull your charger out, which is nice. Yeah, so overall, I really like it. A minor complaint, when you start up the car, it isn't in the previous settings that you've like set for it. And what I mean by that is over here you've got the hold button that I was talking about earlier, and you got this button, which isn't exactly a one pedal drive, but it's pretty close. So when you hit that button, bunk, you see the little green light pops up here. You also get these 4 little arrows, and that's your max regenerative braking thing. You get these flappy paddle shifters, which this car doesn't have a transmission, so it doesn't really shift. But what it does is it adjusts those chevrons. And if I remember correctly, I'm gonna hit the down. Yeah, it's the, yeah, you would think like if you hit the plus button, it would add more resistance, but no, if you hit the minus button, it adds more resistance. So not how I would have designed it. So this thing really makes driving easy. Like right now it's doing a pretty good job keeping me mostly centered. And cruise control's been around for decades, so that's nothing special there. But it's just, I'm trucking along with my hand lightly on the wheel, and it's doing everything. And road work up ahead, so okay. So while we're stopped, there's this little hold button here, and when you hit it, it pops up this little green guy on the dash, and when you come to a full and complete stop, the little amber hold button, hold light comes up. And that is so you can take your feet off the pedal and you don't go anywhere. You just sit there. It's nice and comfy, just kind of chilling, waiting for traffic to move. Also, I have used this in heavy stop and go traffic in Jacksonville, and it does a really good job. Not so much with the left and right at the low speeds in heavy traffic, but as far as like keeping up with the immediate car right in front, like it will go when that car goes. It'll stop, full and complete stop when the car stops, and it'll even slam on the brakes when people act a fool. So I'm impressed. One thing that I'm not impressed by is this piano black finish. Now, a lot of the reviewers online are like, oh, piano black, it's going to collect a lot of fingerprints. And I'm like, it can't be that bad. No, look at that. My hands weren't even particularly greasy. Like up here, it's all good nasty with a capital G. Like, yeah, it's rough. It looks really pretty. It's very pretty when it's very shiny. So I'm going to have to keep a rag in the car. Also, since this is Florida, and no matter which direction you're going, you're driving into the sun in one way or the other. The piano black is really, really reflective. And I find that even when the sun is directly overhead, I still have it in my eyes because it, these little, not really nooks and crannies, but the swoops will funnel the light right into your retinas. Also, something else to point out is this thing will actually scan for road signs. So as you can see, it says the speed limit 45. That's not because it like GPS figured out where I was. No, it saw a 45-mile-an-hour sign and just put it up on the dash. Which, if I was to go 46 miles an hour or higher, that sign turns red because this car is kind of a narc and will tell you and will snitch on you. Okay, so the drive mode. So you've got your eco mode, which is in right now and what I've been driving around the entire day. I'm going to put it into power mode to show the get up. So as soon as this light turns green, we will go. I hate this light. Unnecessarily long light for no reason. Yeah, and again, I'm not gonna go gunning it, but yeah, it's not slow. Okay, now I'm getting on the highway, and here we go. There's plenty of storage space in here too, so it is not bad. They make a cargo divider thing that'll actually cover up what you have in your trunk, but it's like $400. I might get one eventually, but that's really expensive for just a piece of vinyl on a spring, really. But while we're back here, it also has storage underneath, which is handy. And the thing that'll do the divider up here will actually stow down here when you need to, which is kind of handy, kind of nice. I have to lay diagonal, but I can lay in the back of this thing. It doesn't lay perfectly flat, so I'm kind of up at an angle. I wouldn't say that this is the most comfortable position in the world to sleep, but I've slept in way worse. The audio is alright. It's not the best, but it's good. Alright, so there's plenty of legroom. Like, I'm behind the driver's seat. Driver's seat is where I normally have it. There's plenty of space here, and a little bit here too. So it's not bad. Also, so the rear seats are heated. There's chargers for everyone, really. There's C chargers on either side of here. There's some up front. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the place that has my handprint, there's an A charger in there, but there's also a wireless charger in there, which is awesome. But my phone with the case is a little bit too big, so womp womp. Storage is not bad. It's not great, but it's adequate. there is no glove box, which is weird. And there's space down here to store stuff, so I keep my hats, my Geiger counter, and my proof of insurance and all that crap down there. But yeah, so I mean, there's plenty of space inside. Like, it's roomy. Both of my parents sat in the back. It made me have them built in the center, even though there's nobody in the center. So the sensors are a little sensitive. Also, I've never been in a car that beeps at you more than this car, ever. It'll beep if you look away from the road for too long, which is nice, but it's kind of annoying. Okay, so something that I didn't know that this had when I bought it is a automatic parking assist, which at first I thought was really, really gimmicky, but I actually kind of really like the idea, especially like if the driver has anxiety about parallel parking or parking next to things where they have to back in. They're just really not good at backing in spaces, things like that. But I am going to show that off real quick because I said that I would never use it practically, and I've only used it to show it off. But it's really cool, and I might use it just because I have it. So I don't know. But anyway, here's how it works. You pick the spot. Now, I like to back in, so maybe it's this one. Yeah. And it kind of shows you how it'll look. And then, boom. Okay. Yeah, see, it's doing everything. It's really, really weird at first. And then it shifts you in the park and you're all good to go. How cool is that, right? Okay, so EVgo fast charging at the town center, which I have never seen anybody at. Again, didn't have anybody at it. So here we go. Okay, so I was just kind of experimenting to see what the deal was with the fast charging and if there would be a significant drop after 80%. Well, this charger didn't really get super fast to begin with. So once it hit 81, I mean, technically it went down, but only by like a couple kilowatts. So I don't even really count that. All right, last experiment of the day. I've enrolled in this auto charge thing where all I need to do is plug it in and it should work. So I plugged it in and it appears to be working. Cool. Easy peasy. I'm gonna get groceries. When it comes to driving, it's really easy to drive even without all the drive-by-wire crap. I don't know if it actually has drive-by-wire, but all the automated stuff. It's just easy to drive. The seats are comfy. I could see myself driving this on a very long road trip without issue, really. As long as the charging infrastructure is there, no problem. I kind of love it. Yeah. Like, this, for my needs, fits me perfectly. The front seats, and actually like the interior in general, it looks like it's leather. It's not. It's also not vinyl. It's a recycled bottle, fake plastic, synthetic thing. But allegedly, unlike pleather, it's supposed to first I'll learn English and then it will say it's supposed to hold up really well over a long time. Yeah, I mean, they're comfy, they work. This is the mid-level trim. The one step up has ventilated seating, so it's got like a cooler as well as heated seats for the front two, which would be nice, but not really necessary. The app will let you actually turn it on remotely and set the AC. So you can set the temperature before you even get in the car, which is awesome. And the amount of things that you can do on the app kind of make up for the lack of range with the key fob. So that's nice. One other thing, visibility. So visibility is great. The windshield is huge. There's so much glass in front. It's easy to see out of. And if I have a blind spot, I haven't found it yet, and I'm pretty sure the car would yell at me if something was in it. Speaking of blind spots and the car yelling at things that you can't see, it has the blind spot monitoring in the windows, and if there's a car in there, it goes orange and all that fun stuff. I'm sure you've seen that. But if you put on the turn signal and something's there, it'll actually ding at you. There's all sorts of like cross traffic things, and there's plenty of reviews that will go into all the nitty gritty of that. But I've been impressed. I find it very impressive. Anyway, to sum it up, quick rundown of the things that I like, the things that I don't like. Things that I like. I like the way that it drives. I like the responsiveness of the electric engine. It's just boom, instant torque. It's really, really quick. I wouldn't say it's fast, but it's really, really quick, which is all that I need. Handles great. I love the electronic suite, all of the automatic driving and all that fun stuff. The sound system's good enough for me. The infotainment system is pretty slick. It's comfortable. It works. It works well. And I expect that this car, because it's made by Toyota/Subaru, is going to treat me 1,000 times better than the Jeeps as far as longevity and ease of maintenance / not really having to maintain much of anything. Things that I don't like. It does collect a lot of fingerprints. The wireless charging space could be a little bit bigger. No glove box is weird. It beeps a lot. I've never had a car yell at me so much, but it's all like legitimate safety features, so I don't hate it. Except sometimes it dings at me. I'm like, what? Why? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm driving fine. My hands are on the wheel. I'm looking forward. Why are you angry at me? But yeah, my complaints are just minor gripes. The only thing that I'm slightly concerned about is taking this on a road trip and the like long haul miles, as far as like finding chargers and things like that, but they're becoming way more prevalent. And after today, working with the DC charging and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I think that this will do everything that I need from a car for the next ever. It's got more than enough space. I think it's perfect for me. So I really can't say that the Subaru Solterra is the best one on the market at that price point. But what I can say is it fits my needs perfectly. It comes standard with the all-wheel drive system by Subaru, and there's plenty of people that have put these things through way more intense driving situations than what I will probably ever put it through. But it'll do all of the dirt roads that I need, and probably a little bit more whenever I do get back into camping. Also, it comes with a roof rack, It's not really a roof rack, but it's more of mounting points for a roof rack. And that's handy because they do make those like overland tents that are compatible with the roof rack. So in theory, put a tent on top of this, go where you need to go, deploy it, and sleep on top of your car. A little excessive, but could work. Could be fun. As far as the pricing is concerned, I will put up a picture of the what is that called? The window sticker, as well as a little note about how much I actually paid for it. Subaru right now is going through a lot of deals. Like, they are trying to push these things. They're not selling very well. I think because people are hesitant to get into an all-electric Subaru, / they probably don't even know that they exist. While I was charging this today, somebody drove by and they're like, "Oh, that's the first Solterra that I've seen. That's awesome. How do you like it?" And we ended up talking for about 10 minutes. It's overpriced by the sticker, but for what you get from all the discounts that are going on right now, I think I got mine for about 10 grand off. It's good. Also, I don't know if they're running this out there, but 0% APR. It's freaking awesome. Of course, I was upside down on my Jeep, so I'm paying, let's just say, more than I would like. But it's cheaper than the Jeep payment, and 100% of what I pay goes to the balance. So I'm calling it a win. Insurance was also a little bit cheaper than the Jeep. EVs, apparently, they're a little bit more expensive to insure, but it's all right. It's still cheaper than the Jeep. Yeah, I don't regret it at all. Anyway, I really hope that this helps. Again, so far, I've only had it for a week. I really, really like it. And it has more get up and go than I really need. And probably if it was anymore, I'd probably get in a lot of trouble. I think it's going to fit my needs, especially after today. I drove around and I looked at the quick chargers and all that fun stuff that's out there. There's not a lot in St. Augustine. Actually, I couldn't find any charging infrastructure in St. Augustine. But between here and there, there's a Buc-ee's. It's got more chargers that are going to be compatible with this, that are being installed literally as we speak. And it's got the Tesla chargers there, which will be compatible with an adapter, which is nice. So yeah, I don't regret it. I love it. And yeah,